What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be doing a full-blown account showcase. I'm going to be showing off every little bit of my account here so that you guys can see all of the various events and missions that I've completed and all of the account resources that I've farmed up over the years. So we are going to start here on this funky screen. I was in the middle of getting my account, spruced up and ready to start the showcase, bobbing various random fodder units sitting in my box, things like that. Just trying to clean up various shops and make everything look nice and immaculate for this showcase. And in the process of that, I accidentally bought a copy of UI Goku with red coins. I am such a buffoon for this. I literally misclicked twice in a row, which ended up selecting the character and then selecting OK, and I just dropped 500 coins on this guy. So I figured I would start the video right here with this massive blunder. Whoopsie for me. The only reason that this is a problem is because when I finished my summoning session for Beast Gohan initially, I did end up pulling one copy of this guy, and I got him to 79%. And then I came into the shop, and I bought one more copy of him, putting him at 90%, and then I decided to go back in and do a little bit more summons. They were off camera, but I bought the rest of the ticket packs for the Beast Gohan banner, and I ended up pulling a dupe for Beast Gohan, and I got the final dupe for UI Goku. So I already have him rainbowed, and I just spent 500 coins on one. Totally accidentally. But that's fine. I guess that will be the very first TUR copy for me. So yeah, even with that, I still have 1,200 coins left over, but goodness gracious, what an idiotic maneuver. That is going to go down in history as one of the stupider blunders that I've made in this account over time. Yeah, so, okay, well, I figured I would share that with you guys first. So let's go ahead and jump into this account showcase. Yeah, like I said, I was still in the middle of getting the account ready here, so I didn't yet accept, like, any of the extra missions that I had just completed before starting the showcase. Okay, so let's go ahead and start here at the profile. So I showed this off in the box showcase, and a quick aside, if you are curious about seeing the units in my box and things like that, then I did just put up a box showcase. I will put that in the link in the description, so I would recommend going and checking out that first if that's what you're more interested in. This video specifically is going to be more focused on the rest of the account. We may dip into the box here and there a little bit, but I think for the most part we're going to be focusing on everything else that the account has to offer. So let's go ahead and go through the various pieces of the profile here. As you can see, I'm at 12.8 million power level, getting very, very close to that 13 million mark. And we go ahead and jump into the titles here. We can do this very easily now. If we just filter by unacquired, you can see that I have every single event title obtained. You can't really see the EZA ones very easily because you have to open up each individual one in order to see that I've gotten all the titles for them. So a little bit later in the video, when we're at that section in, when we're looking through the account, I'll go through all of the EZAs. They're all live right now because we're during the anniversary, so I can scroll through them all and you can see, the levels where I'm at in those. As far as the World Tournament titles, obviously there's a bunch of unachieved ones here that are going to be from the 51st World Tournament here. I think since they've added the World Tournament titles, the best I've placed has been 21st place in the 43rd World Tournament. I don't go super hard every World Tournament. I was only able to do this while I was unemployed and playing Dokkan all day, every day. But now that I have a job and stuff, it is much harder to achieve. But I do get first place in the local ranking most World Tournaments, as you can see here. So yeah, been going pretty hard at that for a while. And there is something we'll touch on related to the World Tournament characters that we're going to talk about a little bit later in the video as well. Okay, so we'll go for filter by unacquired here. Yeah, so for the quest titles, we've got all of those. And then the big one is the special titles. So if we go ahead and sort by unacquired, you can see the only one that I am missing here is the one where you have to log in for 3,000 days. I have not quite gotten that far yet. I think we're at about 2,200, 2,300 at this point. So we're just going to have to keep chugging along, and eventually we will get this 3,000 day title. But funny enough, before this 3,000 day title came out, I actually did have every title in the game. It was prior to the World Tournament titles releasing as well, because these are kind of funky, right? The ones that you've quote-unquote unobtained here, they do disappear when, the next World Tournament comes by, so it's not like they're going to be sitting there unobtained forever, but obviously there is you know, no, like, collecting them all, because you would literally have to get first place in every single world tournament if you wanted all of those titles. But yeah, aside from those two, the World Tournament titles and the 3,000 day title, those didn't exist yet, and I had every title in the game. There is a video on my channel in my Hall of Fame playlist. It's called I Beat the Truth DT, and this is what it was in reference to, because he still does not have every title in the game. He has not gotten the faded, let's see, where's it at here? Where's it at here? This one here, the have a little power pull where you have to perform weapon super attacks 700 or 77,000 times. Yeah, he still has not gotten that title. This was the last one that I achieved, and that is why it is still the title that I have on display on my account to this day. It is still the hardest title in the game to get, in my opinion. But yeah, I was able to get that title and be, I believe, the first person in the world to collect all titles. So if you want to fact check me on that, go ahead and look at the date that I posted that video, because I did achieve it that very day that I made the video for it. And then if you can prove to me that someone else posted online before then that they had all the titles, then I'll believe you. But I'm pretty sure I was the first person in the world to have every single title achieved. So hopefully we will get back there one day when we finally get our 3,000 day login. Okay, so let's see here. As far as my friends list goes, I guess we can do a quick scroll through here, and do, like, you know, obviously a lot of these are just random accounts that I have, viewed their profile, or I like whatever, you know, friend character they have, so I have them on here. But there are a few, you know, notable members in here who are, like, my personal friends in real life, or online friends in the Dokkan community. Other, you know, few names you might actually recognize. So we'll do a quick scroll through here, and I'll point out some people. So Baraki is the very first friend that I had in this game. He is actually someone that got me into the game back in 2017. He is one of my close friends in real life, so he has a spot on my friends list permanently. Let's see, I'm just kind of skimming through names here, see if there's anyone else that I need to mention. Cotton is another IRL friend. Shoutouts to you, my dude. Let's see here. Greg Daw, a fellow YouTuber. Shoutouts to him. This guy has probably the best, like, animations and visuals on his videos than any other, like, Dokkan tuber that I've ever seen. So shoutouts to him for that. He does incredible work. Dr. Pritch, who you may all know, I'm sure, if you're, you know, tuned into the Twitter or Discord community, you probably have heard of this gentleman. Let's see here. Saiyan Snake, another very, very popular member of the Dokkan community, as well as T-Backpack, and the various Kook and Cuckoo accounts that are around here. Lotad is somebody that usually performs very well in the World Tournament, so that's probably a name you guys might recognize. Halvard is pretty popular in the Twitter space, as well as Amber. Let's see. Who else? Sturban X. I believe this is the YouTuber Sturban X. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is related to a YouTube account. I haven't gotten confirmation from it because I just found him randomly in game. We didn't, like, talk outside the game and get each other's information. But I'm pretty sure that that's who that is. There are also a lot of DBCs on my list from the people who used to be involved in the, you know, community that helped people out with Chain Battle. Celtic Link, another fellow YouTuber, shout outs to you, my dude. Kaido, big shout outs to Kaido. This is a fellow Dokkan player that I met through Discord, who actually built my Discord for the game. Shoutouts to my Discord. Go ahead and follow it. There should be a link in the description for it. But yeah, Kaido was the one that put that together for me. So the wonderful, beautiful Discord that I have is all thanks to Kaido here. Let's see. I think that might be about it. Maybe there's one or two more people. Yeah, here's some more DBCs down here. I'm trying to remember if there's anybody else that was, like, in the space that I added. A lot of these have just been random accounts that I've found recently. Some more DBCs here. I think a lot of them have found me through Twitter over time. Oh, Discord. Yeah, this is someone who literally gets first place in the World Tournament, sometimes. So, yeah, shoutouts to Discord here. Do they go for power level? I can't remember. Okay, not super high, but definitely still a smashed account. DBC Russia, one of the bigger whales in the DBC community for sure, so shoutouts to him. And yeah, I think that that's it. As far as the people that I know and or, you know, people that have very impressive accounts that I am familiar with as well. So yeah, that's what the friends list is looking like. If you think you have a stacked friends list or account and you want to be on my friends list, then this is my account number, 266085735. Feel free to send me a request. No guarantees that I will accept it. I do at this point have to remove somebody from my list if I want to add anybody else new. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay. Let's go ahead and head back to the profile. Is there anything else we need to show here? I suppose we could show the pixel character. Like, is there a way to, like, show, like, the previous ones? I mean, I suppose it's in the, it's one of the titles, right? To max out each of the pixel characters. So we know I've done it because I have those titles achieved. I wish you could go through and, like, view the pixel characters and stuff. I wish there was, like, a menu in here where you could view them all. That would be nice. And then as far as the songs that you can get from burst mode, this is one place where I just have not really spent at all. I've only bought the various ones that, like, are the OSTs I actually really enjoy and that are in my, like, top tier OSTs list. But as you can see, I have a ton of burst coins saved up here. I do have enough because I've finished every burst mode with the highest amount of points. So I do have enough to buy all of these tracks. I just haven't done it. So yeah, those are all sitting there. That is something that I will do at some point in the future. I'll go and buy all those. Okay, and then let's go ahead and take a look at the sub page here. This is going to be real fun for some of you. So as you can see here, base form Goku is my most used unit by far at over 50,000 uses. That is because of the LR version Z Goku. I guess I might as well show this now. Let's go ahead and go into my box, and we can filter by Saiyan Saga, Pure Saiyan's Goku family, and then do just physical, and we'll come over here and take a look. As you can see here, I have tons and tons of copies of this guy. To be exact, I've got 106, I believe 4 of those are, yeah, just extra copies I've farmed up right here, from when I recently went and opened all their dupe paths. I just had a couple extra, but besides those 4, I do have 102 of these sitting that are all at link level 10. And that's because I used to use them as my link level leaders for a while. So yeah, that is why he has so many uses. It's just because of this one, this one character. All right, let's go ahead and jump back in there, and we will scroll through, take a look at some of the various units here. So a lot of these units, like Super Saiyan Goku, this one is only as high as it is just because there's so many different Super Saiyan Gokus in the game, and I've link level 10'd them so many times. Probably same deal with Piccolo, but Piccolo is also a unit that I use in the World Tournament frequently. The STR AoE from the movie, or the Cooler movie, one of those Piccolos. And then the Piccolo Junior Giant form has been my leader for the past few World Tournaments, so that's why he is so high up there. Gohan Teen. I'm kind of surprised he's as high as he is, because I don't think that I use him in the World Tournament, and he's not like a consistent link level unit, so that might just be another unit that has a very common character set that I've been using a lot. It's probably just due to Tech Ultimate Gohan, to be honest. Yeah, and then same deal with a lot of these, like Super Saiyan Broly, he is definitely one because of the World Tournament. Same thing with the legendary Super Saiyan Broly because of World Tournament. And then a lot of these other units are literally just from link leveling, them having various, you know, same name of those units in the game, and then I've just link leveled them so many times. Yeah, quite a few units over 10,000 uses at this point. That's really surprising. There seems to be a pretty big drop-off here from the ones that I have over 10,000 to then, you know, down to barely 9,000. Very interesting, though. But yeah, this is looking very stacked. At this point, even a lot of these units way down here, like I've still used them thousands of times, which is pretty impressive. I'm kind of curious what it looks like at the very bottom. Okay, so we definitely need to work on this, right? I haven't yet link leveled Pajamas, Beerus, or Gohan Beast, or the Gammas, or anything like that. So a lot of these units that have literally one unit in the game that has that name, I haven't link leveled a lot of them yet, so a lot of them are going to have very low uses, but I'm sure at some point I will get around to focusing on that, and link leveling all of these characters, and then, you know, my lowest units in the game will still have hundreds of uses, which will be very cool. Okay, so now, moving on to the stages that I've cleared. This is where it gets a little bit ridiculous. I have cleared quest stages 130,000 times. Now, obviously, the reason for that is because of link leveling specifically. That's just something that I've done all day, every day for a very long time. And then you can see here I have quite a few uses on story events and on Dokkan events as well. The story events obviously is just because I've done so much free-to-play farming over the years, finishing various units in my account. So, you know, we've gotten a bunch of those. And then also every time story events return and then they update the Baba Shop and you're allowed to, you know, farm whatever currency is available in that story event and get Kais and things like that in the shop. I do that as every single time it's available for me as well. So yeah, that's why I've got a lot of story events there. And then for Dokkan events, I have over-farmed Dokkan medals quite a few times in the past. There was one point where I had more than 200 of every single Dokkan medal after having already Dokkan Awakened every unit in my box. That is not the case anymore, as we will see in a little bit here when we get to that portion of the showcase. I do definitely need to go back through and re-farm all the Dokkan events. There are a lot of those medals that I am starting to run out of, as I have pulled various like SSR copies of units and stuff and needed to use more Dokkan Awaken medals to keep Dokkan Awakening various copies of units. But yeah, so that's definitely something that I need to go and do. And then all of these ones are pretty irrelevant. This is just, you know, having accumulated from playing for a long time over the years. None of those are super impressive, so we probably won't focus too hard on them. Okay, so yeah, that is about it for the sub-page here. Okay, I think that pretty much does it for the profile. Yeah, I don't think that there's anything else we need to show off here. Okay, so with the profile finished... Oh, this is actually perfect. We just got our daily login here, so you can see... Wait. There's no way. What a coincidence. My consecutive login is at 1,000. I just reached 1,000 days in a row logged in without missing a single day. And then you can see my overall cumulative login here is 2363. So yeah, still going to be close to 700 days. Basically 2 more years before I get that 3,000 day title. But that is awesome. I didn't realize I was at 1,000 login days consecutively. Wow, insane. Yeah, I did stop playing the game a couple years ago for like a couple of months. I was debating just putting the game down because of how much it was overtaking my life, and I didn't know if it was something that I wanted to continue forever, because it was something I was spending a lot of money on, and I didn't have the idea of like creating a YouTube channel around it. So it was pretty much just kind of sucking a life source and taking up a lot of my time and stuff like that. But yeah, since then I have been, you know, grinding intensely basically ever since link leveling came out. I'm pretty sure that's what prompted the continuous login for the last 1,000 days. So awesome. I am so glad we were able to get that on camera. That's insane. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into one of the menus here. Let's see. Oh, I guess let's go ahead and do missions first. Hold on. So we'll start here. Obviously, we've got the daily missions done. I made sure to get these done right before, as soon as the day, you know, rolled over. Okay, so we're only missing one singular mission here in the, you know, Soren portion of the missions tab here. It's just from the most recent Peton battle that literally ended last night. I just wasn't able to pull one of the rainbowed units, but as you can see here, like I have all the other ones done. We've finished all of the previous sets of Peton battle, which we will show when we get to that portion. And then as far as the event missions here, the only ones that I have sitting are just from the 3 limited attempt you know, missions that are live right now in the anniversary. They haven't been out long enough yet for us to finish these missions, but those ones will be done, and then you can see everything else is done. So all of the challenge events in the game, all of the easy A's, every single thing here, you know, we've got them all fully complete. All of the story events, literally everything is in here. The Dragon Ball stories, the Prime battles, the various different things that would have missions tied to them, all the easy A areas, every single thing in here is completely done. And then there's a burst mode life, but obviously I've gotten the missions completed for that as well. Okay, and then for the trials, for all of the quest stages and stuff, we have all of these complete as well. And for the various ones that you can complete on events, we have these done too. And then even looking in the Portal of Memories here, for the small batch of events that didn't return for the anniversary. These ones are still in the Portal of Memories, but again, we've got all of these missions fully cleared. Okay, so that is that tab. Let's see here. Okay, so I guess we'll start here. We'll just go tab by tab. We'll just go in order, and that'll make it the easiest possible. So as far as the team tab, I don't know that there's anything really here to show. I guess I can show my very first one. So on the first one, I keep a tab available for dailies. The reason that this is set up is for dailies is because we have a lot of daily events, mainly like the potential orb events where you're fighting multiple enemies. So I just use Piccolo Jr. as the leader so that I can get through those daily farms as quickly as possible with his active skill. And then all of these units are just SSR copies that need to be link leveled. So they're just available to link level here. The second one is the same deal, same concept for the team. All of these units need to be link leveled, and then we have the Yamcha as the leader, so if we're fighting one enemy, then all of these are Earthbred fighter characters that are going to prompt his active skill, and then he could just launch his active skill and finish him up easily as well. So anytime we have various daily events or random grindable events, I will try and use these characters. This one here I use for Dokkan events. This is just a really powerful Super Saiyan team. Now, obviously, you can make a lot stronger of a Super Saiyan team, but I purposely put a bunch of units on here that don't suffer from orb changing or from transformations or active skills that aren't going to be useful. Like anything like that, that's going to basically take more time when I'm trying to auto-farm, Dokkan events and stuff. But then, using the Saiyan trio right here, they're active skill being able to prompt on turn 3 just makes it super quick for me to get through Dokkan events with this team. So, yeah. That is a very, very strong team. And then I think this one is just another example of a Super Saiyan team, but these units are super weak because they all just need to be link leveled. These are just SSR copies as well. So if there's a situation like that where I'm facing a really, really easy Dokkan event from back in the day, then I'll use this one for the chance to get link levels on these guys instead of using the buffed team with all the powerful characters. Okay, then here I have a nuke team. This is my most common nuke, like, go-to team. If there's no restrictions about the specific units you have to use for whatever event or the specific typings that you're going to want and stuff, this is just my go-to, like, overall best nuke team in the game. And now it's even better with the Easy A for this guy, because I've got 2 units on here that could potentially reach max damage, literally with no items. Just because of having, the various double orb changers and other support units and stuff. So, yeah, very good nuke team there. This used to be an STR nuke team. I think I accidentally changed it for some reason. I definitely need to put that back. That does not need to be what it is, but that is a pretty busted Super Saiyan team. And then I've got a few World Tournament teams set up here that are not really that relevant anymore. This is the main one that I still use to this day. The one that was set aside for World Tournament missions was for, in previous times back in the day, what they did for World Tournaments was they would have 3 different categories. It would be World Tournament and then 2 other categories that were relevant for that World Tournament that they would say you need to have characters of that category on your team in order to complete those missions while you're beating the World Tournament. So I would use this team to fill in those units. For example, this World Tournament, the last World Tournament that I used this team for, Garlic Jr. was on Heavenly Events. That was one of the categories that needed to be used. So I put a unit there for that. This is a World Tournament LRs team because, as it is said, you do gain more points when you use higher team cost, which is going to be LRs, namely free-to-play LRs would be the best, because then you're going to face teams with higher team costs and then get more points for destroying teams that have higher team cost. So if I ever do opt to go for the strat of using all LRs instead of using this quick World Tournament team, then this is what I would resort to. And then this is a team that allows me to use the least amount of items possible if I didn't want to have to stop and use Ghost Ushers and things like that, because we've got the Jocko and Chaozu on here who are going to stun all the enemies for us, so oftentimes we're not going to have to worry about using an item on the turns where they are active. But yeah, I don't really use these bottom 3 teams much ever. They're just kind of there sitting. I pretty much default to this. This is the de facto, like, meta these days, and it seems to work the best. All of these other tags are not to worry about. This is one part of the game that I definitely need to sit down and spend some time with, is an organized way to use these 5 team tags. I've done a lot of work on my box with the tags available in there, but I've never really done good organization for these 5 tags. So if you have a good organization system for your team tags, let me know what you use, and I am very curious about that, because I may end up doing a separate video you know, doing a full breakdown of like a bunch of ideas that you could potentially, you know, split up these tags with and stuff. So yeah, that'll be something for the future. For now, it's pretty much like I have 50 random teams sitting throughout all of these tags. It's nothing, nothing to note. Okay, so that is the team tag. I don't think it's super relevant for us to spend too much time in the growth tag here. Let's see, if we go by character, I'll do a really fast scroll through so that you can see that most of the stuff in my box is finished. Like, obviously, I've got stuff like this sitting, right? So we've got his top copy and his SSR finished, and then now this is just the base SSR, and because there's no other unit in the game with this name, I pretty much am just leaving him there, and then every time I pull a copy of the unit, I'll add it in and, you know, add that to his super attack, and, you know, once I pull 9 more copies, then eventually he'll be fully done. But I'm not too worried about, like, using Kais on units like that. Same with, like, the Oceanus Shenron. So basically everything that's left in my box that isn't fully trained up is under those same circumstances. There are a few exceptions of stuff. I guess I don't need you guys to be able to see, like, the specific units. We'll talk about that chunk in a second here, too. But yeah, I'll just scroll through here quickly so you can get an idea of, like, how much of my box is finished and how much of it I still have to train, just seeing whatever units are lit up here still. So as you can see, it's most of it. It's a solid 90%. Most of this stuff... So I did just decide that I am going to start collecting, like, SRs, and rares. I'm going to start collecting their bottom copies as well, because everything that had an SSR or higher in the game, I've already collected like a 1 in every slot for, aside from obviously a lot of the summonable content that I haven't pulled enough copies yet. But as far as like the free-to-play stuff, that is the case. But then I recently decided I'm going to start doing the same thing for a lot of the SRs and rares that don't Dokkan Awaken. And yeah, so there's a lot of units in here that I have not yet SA grinded. So like this character, for instance, right? We've already got the SSR for him, but then now we have the SR sitting here that I've recently picked up. So we're probably just going to let these units fill out over time as I pull more copies of them, because it's not hard to pull like SRs and rares. There's not that many of them in the game. It won't be too long before I SA 10 all of those again. Okay, so then if we take a look at my link level box, I'm actually going to switch to the character list just so that we can have the numbers down here visible. Okay, so for link levels, I only have 390 characters left in the link level box. This is top copies of units, which there are quite a few newer ones, newer top copies. If we go ahead and filter by acquired, you can see here that, you know, I have not yet done the Gammas or Beast Gohan or the Krillin and 18 here. Those are all like brand new top copies. Same deal with the Gogeta and the Dodoria. And then even the Gogeta, the login card, and then, you know, the free-to-play Frieza, the free-to-play Pajamas Beerus, all of those are brand new cards that I have not even SA10 like their top copy yet. Everything else you see sitting in here is all SSR, or like, you know, all SSR copies, or if it's an LR, that it might be like a TUR copy of them. And then there's also 50 of these Vegito Blues built into here, because I realized I was going to need some more link level leaders, so I went ahead and just got 50 more of these LRs, so that I can use him as leader, as a link level leader, and I intend to, you know, fully link level 10 all 50 of these over time. There is going to be plenty of units to go around, because even once I finish all of these 390 characters, this will be the completion for all the top copies of the characters in the game and all of the SSR copies of characters in the game as well. What this will not include is the rest, where I'm getting a 1 in every slot. So for instance, this is only going to include the very top copy here, and then the very top copy here. But this will not include, like, the uneasy aid copies of characters, and then the unawakened SSR copies of characters, too. So I still have probably a solid, let's see, if we go here and we go to link level up possible, we can see minus the 390, we're still going to be at just under 1,000 characters in the box that still need to be link leveled. So, yeah, we still have a long way to go on the link leveling journey here. Okay, so this is the workshop. It's looking very small right now, but this is any units that I've recently pulled that I need to SA grind and stuff. So it's just looking like this small pool of units right now. I did finish most of them recently before I did the box showcase, so that's why there's not much sitting here. But yeah, there's probably a lot of SRs and rares that I could add on to this as well, and I might end up doing that. Just because I'm running out of things to do in the game, and it's pretty much just down to link leveling at this point. And sometimes I get bored link leveling, and I want to do other things, so... Okay, so then we've got our team building tag here. This is just for the top copies of every unit in the game. Since my box is so overmaxed at this point, it became very, very tedious to build teams. So I went ahead and made a tag for all the units that I would put on teams. 9s, this is a tag for any units that have only level 9 and level 10 links that I use on the guaranteed link level event. Once I have enough units to do a run on there, so it looks like I only need one more, and then I can do another run there. I have a tag for all of my 200% leaders, because even the team building tag itself is still so large that when I'm building a team, I like to come over here and see what, filter by whatever categories I need to for whatever mission I'm doing, and then see what various leaders I have available. Okay, this is a free-to-play tag, so this has every single... This is showing off a 1 in every slot on every single free-to-play character in the game. We have that fully finished at this point. There are still some that I need to rainbow. I have not fully... I don't have enough potential orbs to do that yet. Most of them are rainbowed. All the top copies are, and most of the SSR copies are as well. But, like, the uneasy aid copies, things like that, I might still need to rainbow. So yeah, that is done, and then this last tag is just being held off for World Tournament units, which I do have most of rainbowed at this point. So let's go ahead and go by activation on this one, and you can see I've got most of the World Tournament units rainbowed here. And then there is a various few that are only at 90%, but all of these ones that are at 90%, 79, 69, and 55, all of these units have yet to Easy A. So when they do Easy A, I'm going to get 2 copies for free, which will rainbow most of them, as you can see. And then various ones, these bottom like 7 down here, they'll be close to rainbow, but not quite. And it's also worth noting that half of these ones down here at the bottom haven't even gotten their Dokkan Awakenings yet, let alone their Easy A's. So they still have multiple chances to become featured on the World Tournament ticket like SSR banner where I can pull them. So it shouldn't be too long before I have all of this stuff rainbowed. And there is one more thing we're going to do with these units, related to these units, at some point in this video. Man, we are already at 30 minutes here. I gotta hustle for sure. Okay, so that is the box. Support memories, we'll do a quick scroll through here. You can see that I have every single one of them. All of the ones that are available to quote-unquote Easy A I have. This is the only one that I am still waiting on because you have to log in for 3,000 days in order to get it. And then obviously this one is in the progress because we haven't yet gotten enough Super Battle Road stages to unlock it. I think there might be another one for Extreme Super Battle Road unless we just got that one finished and there hasn't yet been a new stage. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so that's it for the support memories there. Okay, this is a very fun one. So the items, this is going to be cool. So training items here. I guess we can just... You can see, like, I don't have a ton, because I do train so many thousands of characters. Like, there's not just going to be a million resources sitting aside. And that is one thing to note for a lot of the resources we're about to take a look at, is that, they're not stacked on stacked and like dog piled up the way they are in some other people's accounts, but that's because I use them, because my box is stacked instead, because I've applied a lot of these resources to various different units over the years. But as you can see here, I've got a fair bit of candy canes saved up, and then obviously we have a ton of these platinum turtle shells, because every single day in the shop I do go and buy the stacks that you can get. My Z swords are actually looking a little low. I need to go back into the Zen Shop and fully get those all maxed out again. I'll do that soon. Okay, training locations, we can see. I don't have an insane amount here. I usually just get 9999 copies of these, and just use these ones mainly, but then, I do have some of these upper ones as well. Okay, Awakening Medals. This is a fun one. So we can ignore these first stacks for a lot of the generic ones. I usually max them out, and then I'll let them deplete over the months, and then once they're looking low, I'll max them out again. So those ones are fine. You can see my Kai medals are looking pretty good here. Oops, didn't mean to click that one. So yeah, 555 of the Elder Kai, and then 14 of this one of Supreme Kai there. Okay, so there's some various different medals here. My Turtle and Bulma medals are finally looking decent again. I was like out of those after I did all of my 1 in every slot grinding for all of the Super Strikes. So I am starting to rebuild that stack. There's a lot of these generic medals that I've grinded up a lot over the years too, like these last battle, the Team Bardock medals there. I still need to go grind like 1,000 more of these Resurrection F medals now that they're finally available to grind freely again. We've got all these Bojack team medals, the cooler team medals. I guess I haven't grinded these ones super hard. I definitely could. And then the Battle of Gods medals here. Okay, and then now we get down into the Dokkan medals. So I'll just do a quick scroll through here, and you can see that I do have hundreds and hundreds of most of these. There are quite a few little holes in it at this point. You know, like this one's looking pretty low at this point. There are a couple of these newer ones that I don't have very much of at all. So yeah, this is what I was talking about, that I need to go back and grind through some of these again. But for the most part, we are very, very stacked on Dokkan event medals. And then obviously once we get to the very new stuff here, dang it, I keep accidentally clicking these, I'm so sorry. Once we get to this very new stuff here, some of these I have quite a bit of. So yeah, that is exciting stuff. Okay, and then I think beyond that, it's just going to get down to... Okay, so we have a lot of like story event medals and stuff here. These are all of the Master's Mark medals that you can get from the Hero and Villain Extermination plan. As you can see, I went and farmed up a bunch of these over time as well. And then these are a bunch of the Super Strike and Prime Battle medals, so obviously I don't really have extras of those because you don't really need them, aside from what I've grinded, you know, for the necessary units. Okay, so some more Dragon Ball Story medals, story event medals coming through here. Nothing insanely farmed up throughout this. Stuff is just kind of chilling. And then we get to my World Tournament medals here. I've got over 2,000 of them at this point, which again, I do keep using them, and I'm actually about to use a lot more. You'll see why. Here's some more Prime Battle and Super Strike medals. Okay, this medal right here. This is a fun one. So this is one of the next grinds that I have to do. I have not yet done. All of those version Z Gokus that I grinded up to use for link level leaders, I never awakened them to LR, because in order to awaken each of them, I would need 50 of these medals for each of them. So 50 of these times 100 of them that have already been link level 10'd, but are missing the legendary power link skill. I would need to farm up 5,000 of these medals to be able to awaken all of them, and then get that one extra link to level 10. I do plan to do that at some point in the future. So now whenever I'm link leveling, and then my reels fill up, and I have enough of the red and blue reels to be maxed out to 1,000, where I could use the Oolong support memory, and then the Bulma went shopping support memory, once they max out, I just go use them all on that stage, because it's free anyway, and then I will eventually have 5,000 of these medals saved up, and I will be able to LR all of those characters. So yeah, that is definitely something I plan to do in the future as well. Okay, and then we've got all of these EZA medals, which I do not keep extras of anything for any reason. Okay, and then we are looking pretty good coming down to the bottom here. Yeah, that is about it. Okay, so that's Awakening medals. Skill orbs. This isn't even really worth showing because there's just so many millions of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to level, and we're just going to go 5+ and look at all of the ones that I have that are like absolutely stacked. So just to give you an idea how much stuff I have at like level 5 or higher. Oh, I guess it might also be worth it to just go with these 3, considering like the rest of these ones aren't really impressive. These are like the main ones that you would want. Yeah, that's good. So this is everything I have that's crits, additionals, and dodges at level 5. It is still quite a bit here sitting, considering that most units in my box that I would even want to put a level 5 on already have a level 5 or higher on them. And then this is just everything else that's extra. And it's worth noting, too, that it's not like one of each of these. You can see there's a lots of 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s of these various medals that I have. And a lot of these are EX skill orbs as well. So looking very, very good there. Okay. For the special stickers, I guess we're gonna have to go and look at that later, because this is only showing, like, the stickers that I have, but not the units that are stickered. Okay, support items, obviously we just got thousands of everything. Yeah, nothing too noteworthy to worry about there. Of the ones that are available to max out in the shop, I pretty much do have them maxed out. Let's see here. Memory medals. Oh, okay, so these are just like for support memories that I haven't used yet, or extra ones. Interesting. Oh yeah, actually there was a glitch with these missions, the very first set of support memories that got EZA'd, and they gave us extra medals, so those are going to be sitting there forever, even though I've already EZA'd these medals. And then obviously this one is just for that Super Battle Road support memory that hasn't. We don't have enough of these medals for me to fully do the awakening on it yet. Okay, various other treasures. Let's go ahead and see here. So a lot of these treasures we're going to be taking a look at in the shop when we get there. But for now, we can just kind of do a quick glance through and see if there's anything worth mentioning. I guess these, since I could never use these again. These are some gift cards I forgot to use back in 2020 that are just going to be sitting there forever. But I do tend to use a lot of those like limited time currencies, so I don't have a big, massive showcase of like all of this ancient currency that I've hung on to, unfortunately. It's a lot of the stuff that's here is just, stuff that's obtainable in the game. Okay, and then we'll go to potential orbs. So again, you probably have more potential orbs in your account than I have sitting right here. But when you consider that I have 450,000 nodes invested that it shows on my profile, plus having this extra stuff here, that's what I think is pretty impressive there. And then all of these free-to-play characters that have free-to-play grinds for, for their hidden potential orbs, I have grinded up a bit over time as well. I did have, like, hundreds of thousands more in all this free-to-play area, but back in the game before they made the Zen Shop where you could like infinitely farm Baba points and turn Hercule statues into Baba points essentially, what I would do to earn Baba points is I would sell off all of these because you do get a good amount of Baba points for these, so I would go and grind like the free-to-play Ginyu Force team and stuff just to get the hidden potential orbs, and then I would just go sell them in the shop and get Baba points for them. So yeah, I've had more over time, but this is what I'm sitting with now, and I'll probably just hang on to these forever since I don't need them for Baba points anymore. Okay, and then other, what is in here? Oh, okay. So this is where a lot of the random, like, tickets and stuff are going to be. You can see my meat. This is all the keys that I have saved up. Not like an insane amount, but again, I do use them a lot, right? Yeah. Okay, that's basically it for that. I think... Oh, these are World Tournament. I was going to say, I think... Oh, so yeah, all these ones that you see sitting in all of these slots are something I'll show you in a second on the... on the, like, character... Or on the summon page. Excuse me. Yeah, on the summon page, I've got various banners that I've left one ticket available there for so that the banner doesn't disappear. And then there's a couple of events that I missed in the past that I had these tickets sitting for that I just forgot to use. So, yeah, some of those are just going to be sitting as well. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so that was it for that list. Now let's go ahead and, I guess we can skip these two, the Reverse and Shenron. We don't really need to take a look at those. I mean, like, yeah, there's nothing to really show off in there. In the Sell tab, we can show... I've got some decent stuff here. So, we have all of the various, Christmas Kais that have come out over the years. We've got the Master Roshi, the Trunks and Mai here. We've got the Goku, and then we have the Gohan and Icarus. So we have all of those. We've got this Bulma card from April Fools in 2018. All of the Dragon Ball waifu cards there. And then we have the various Hercule statues that they've released. So they did the Beelzebub when the Sandland crossover happened. So we've got all of those. And then the Icaruses that they've been dropping at various points, as well as I made sure to do one summon on the banner that these Hercule statues were live on. I just made sure to do one summon so that I had one of those Super Saiyan Hercule statues as well. And then, yeah, some people have like 100,000 of these guys chilling from all the Easy A stages that they've grinded. I have not done nearly as much Easy A grinding as some of those other accounts have, just because I've spent my time link leveling, and I have had thousands and thousands of these, but because I've needed so many Baba points in order to buy reels to use... the Oolong support memory over and over and over when I was free-to-play grinding, like, a 1 in every slot for every single free-to-play character. I actually had to use a solid, maybe, I want to say, like, 6,000 to 8,000 of these, just to turn them into Baba points so that I had enough to keep buying more reels. So yeah, that's why I'm looking pretty low on those right now. And then you can see I don't really have many Dozing or Grand Kais because I'd use those first before I go to Elder Kais for anything. But then we've got another 400 Elder Kais saved up on top of that. Okay. Is there anything I need to show off in hidden potential? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think that this is necessary for me to show. Yeah, kind of not. There's nothing really in here to make note of, honestly. I suppose it's worth noting that we are getting kind of low on characters in here, in general, which is nice. A lot of these characters that are left in here right now, if we go by character, you can probably see this very easily, that it is like characters that I've gotten a top copy of, not rainbowed, and then farmed up like an SSR copy of. So I just need to get additional copies of a lot of these units to get them to disappear in here, so that not both the top copy and the lower copy of them are there. And for a lot of them, it's LRs, because I would have gotten the TUR and then the SSR before putting any dupes into the TUR. But I've since stopped doing that. So hopefully before long, I'll be able to rectify this and this box will look normal again. We have done a lot of work on it over the years, so it's not too far off. But yeah, still a lot of work to go. Okay, the Dokkan Awaken tab. Really quickly here, I can show... I did a full scroll through of the entire thing at the end of the box showcase, so I'm not going to do that here. But quickly, I can just show that the unacquired is a very, very small list of characters. You can see it's pretty much brand new Dokkan Fests and LRs that have come out. Since Golden Week, because this is when I stopped summoning to save up for the anniversary, so I am missing a lot of this stuff. But then prior to that, it's just this one physical, Dragon Ball Saga summon Jackie Chun that you can get from the World Tournament. And then the rest of these units are unattainable. It's just the Arale cards and then these SRs that have been removed from the game since before I started playing. So I pretty much have the entire game complete, and I don't think it'll be too long. Probably when all of these characters return, I'll just be able to get them with coins. So it shouldn't be too long before I have every unit in the game again. Okay, the character list we don't really need to go into, and then these special stickers here. I wish there was a way to filter by, like, if a unit had a sticker or not. There's really no way to show it, which is kind of annoying. I guess we can just go to team building, because this is top copies of every character, and I wouldn't have given stickers to, like, lower SSR copies, obviously. So one thing that's worth noting is that I have gotten a sticker on every single Dokkan Fest character. Let's go ahead and go by acquired, so we can see the newest ones moving down. You'll see that basically every single unit that I have up here at the top has been, has had stickers put on it, all the way down to like the 7th anniversary free-to-play units. And then there starts to be a lot of holes in like these free-to-play Easy A's and stuff that I don't have. But all of the Dokkan Fests are done. Every single Heroes unit is done. All of the 50% supports are done. And there are various other units that have been filled out as well. So yeah, lots and lots of stickers over time. I really wish there was a better way to show these off. I probably would need to just make a tag in my box for stickered characters and then keep track of it. But I don't know. I don't have I would need more tags. I don't have a tag space for it right now. So yeah, that is basically it for stickers. Okay, what else to show here? Let's go ahead, quickly, let's go to the summon tab, just because I want to show this ticket summon thing so I don't forget here. So obviously these are just live because of the anniversary. That's live because of the anniversary. Okay, so like here, this is, for the movie Red Zone, I always keep one ticket here so that it will save this banner, because once you use the last ticket, the banner just disappears. So the Buu Saga Red Zone, the Dismal Future Red Zone, GT Red Zone, Movie Red Zone, and then for the Legendary Goku and Vegeta events as well, I have saved those. So there's only one banner here from these types of banners that are available that I'm missing, and that's from the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone. I actually forgot to save one ticket, so hopefully at some point in the future they will add more missions, and then I'll be able to save one ticket and hold on to that banner in this collective as well. But it is kind of funny, with the World Tournament being live and the anniversary being live, there are so many banners here. I'm pretty sure I have like 18 or 19 ticket banners live at the moment, which is really, really funny to see. Okay, so that's it for that. Now, let's go ahead and go over here to the Baba shop and show off a couple more things. So one thing we can show off, I guess we can look at currencies right here. Well, this is going to be kind of the same as scrolling through the shop, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's let's see. Trade points, there's nothing to really make note of here. Ooh, I want the key. I want the keys for sure. Okay, gotta pick up the goods, right? Okay, so the Zen Shop here. We can see I've farmed up various of these metals. We already saw the Z swords and all of these awakening metals. I've got most of these, a lot of copies of most of these as well. I figure that eventually, once I get all of these maxed out, all of these support items that you can only buy a couple times per day. Once I have all them at 999, then I'll come back in here and grab the rest of these and get them at 999. I've already got like thousands of copies of each of them, but I will go and finish them off at some point. Okay, and then for the treasure shop, we can ignore these first three that are just stones from the anniversary. That's irrelevant. This is just anniversary coins. I am actually going to do something in here right now. So, the free-to-play grind is entirely done because we have a 1 in every slot for every single free-to-play unit. We already established that. Now, there's one spot that I have yet to do that because I was working on that over the past couple of months. We can now do that here with all of these units. So these are all of the anniversary login bonus cards, and then the various worldwide celebration units, where there would be the competition between the JP and the global version, and whichever side won would earn one of the units, and the other side that lost would earn the other unit. And then during the following anniversary, you would be able to then pick up the opposing unit in the shop here. So I've already got all of these units rainbowed. And it's worth noting that the only one of these that has a Dokkan Awakening is the first and second anniversary units here. But I've got them both rainbowed here. So what I'm missing for all of them to get the 1 in every slot is the base unawakened SSR. So I've been saving up my anniversary coins this time around, and now we are going to go ahead and do that at this very moment. We are just going to pick up 1 copy of every single one of these characters, and that is going to allow us to have a 1 in every slot for all free-to-play units, which, that this finally finishes it out, because this is the very, very last little bit of units that you can even consider slightly free-to-play that I don't have fully finished at this point. And then obviously we can skip this guy, because he's just the Dokkan Awaken version of this one. And I'm pretty sure, I did the math like a couple weeks ago, I forgot what the number was, but I'm pretty sure I have enough coins to do this, so whoopsie if I don't. But I should by the end of the anniversary for sure if I don't now. And then now there's a bunch more units here that I'm going to be able to go in free-to-play farm, because a lot of these have free-to-play grindable super attacks, so that is good. Lots more stuff for me to work on. Perfect. So now we've got all of those, and we have 230 coins to spare. We'll probably end up picking up meat, and then we'll just go and get potential orbs with the rest of those coins. Good stuff. Okay, a random burst shop that we've already purchased the stuff out of. So now, this was another thing that I wanted to focus on and talk about. So after units EZA, World Tournament units EZA, 2 World Tournaments later, they will show up in this shop and be permanently available here. So, because I've collected so many Satan signatures over the previous World Tournaments and already rainbowed these units and not needed to pick up like various extra copies of them, what I plan to do now is use the extra Satan signatures that I don't need to hang on to like EZA the LRs, and pick up SSR copies of the various extra units in here. So I think this is actually going to take too long for me to do in the video, because I don't know which ones I need. I would have to first open it up and look at their growth chart and see which ones I have the SSR copy of, and then buy them. So I'm not going to do it in this video, but just know that these are about to be depleted by a couple hundred as well, because there are a lot of these units that I do need the SSR copies of. But I know I have enough Satan signatures to get at least 1 SSR copy of every single one of these if I needed to. So that is very good. Okay, and then for these shops, I'll just do a quick scroll through so that you can see that the current time they've been live, I have gotten all of the Kais out of the shops at least. And all of these events went live at the beginning of the anniversary, so I already grinded these out insanely. The only stuff I left in there is stuff that I didn't feel was necessary for me to grind, but I do have all of that finished. Okay, so when it comes to the Extreme Super Battle Road clear currencies, these Battle Masteries, you can see I've got 13 of them saved up. I usually just save these for when they release more stamina and box space available in here. I like to pick those up, and then they'll release stickers as well. So I pretty much don't ever buy the Kaiser or Hercule statues here. They don't seem necessary for me. And then for the normal Super Battle Road ones, you can see I've got 32 of these victory lights saved up. I have not used them in a very, very long time. I would need to be pretty desperate on Kais in order to, you know, have to pick up any out of here. So those are probably going to sit forever. Now, this shop is the most annoying one, because obviously there's a finite amount of currency that you can grind up. If it were infinitely farmable, this would look very, very different, and I would have a lot of this fully cleared out. Unfortunately, this is that one shop where stuff is just unattainable. If you want to pick up like all of the LRs and stuff in here, then you pretty much have to just not get anything else. Unfortunately, Global has gotten shafted by this with the sync happening. They've just been skipping over Battlefield, you know, different battlefields, so we're actually just losing out on currency as we catch up to JP. I really wish that they had just, instead of releasing them and making them available for like 28 days, 32 days, 45 days, if they had just made them literally available for 21 days. So you can do the 3 run, you do 1 run per week, you get your weeklies done, you get your 3 runs cleared, and then you have all the missions done, and then it moves on to the next one immediately. Maybe like a 1 week break in between, and then another 21 days for the next one, and then continue us on like that, so we could have actually gotten all of the currency that we're quote-unquote owed. So yeah, unfortunately, I am lacking pretty far behind. I've got, and another reason is because I have rainbowed these, the TUR units in here as well. I've got this Goku and Vegeta rainbowed, and then I also have the, where are they at? What the? Are they even available for me to buy in here now? Oh, maybe not. It looks like the Krillin and 18... That's actually really funny. The Krillin in 18 only allowed you to buy 5 copies of them, and they've never come back, so I wasn't able to... I wouldn't be able to get an SSR copy of them if I wanted to. Interesting. Well, these ones are available for no limit, so I could do that at some point in the future. But then, yeah, I've got Ginyu rainbowed, I've got Cooler rainbowed, I've got Majub rainbowed, I have King Cold Mecha Frieza rainbowed, and then right here is where it falls off. I think there are 1 or 2 more that I'm forgetting. Oh, yeah, Hachiyak. I've got Hachiyak rainbowed for sure. But then I don't have the Babidi and Dabura rainbowed. They're only at 55% because I had to spend the last of my currency to get them easy aid. I've got the Omega Shenron here at 79%, and then the GT Goku and Frieza are only at 55%. So hopefully over time we'll be able to gain more currency of that, and I'll be able to, you know, fix these up. But I do have every unit that's available in that shop. And then if we go ahead and look at my blue Incredible Gem shop, the only things left in here are the things that have no limit. I have completely finished purchasing all of the Kais and Hercule statues that are available in here. And then you can see I still have 280,000 Incredible Gems left on top of that because of all of the link leveling that I do. And then over here in this shop, same deal. The only things that are available are things that have no limit on them. I have finished buying everything in this shop, and I still have 500,000 Incredible Gems left to go. Now, mind you, that is after purchasing enough of these guys to farm up 50 LRs. Free to play, by the way, meaning that I farmed up 10 of them every time. So that would have been 7,770 for each copy. Multiply that by 50, and then also the medals, because the Potara medals are available for 70 apiece here. You need 30 in order to awaken him to TUR, and 70 to get him to LR. So that's 100 of them just to get... So 100 medals times 70, so 700 medals just to get one of them to LR. But I had to get 50 of them to LR. So you do the math. It was a lot of Incredible Gems. And now I've got this 500k that I'm going to take a big chunk out of when I go open all the dupe paths for them, and I buy a bunch more of them as well. So yeah, that is going to be a fun journey. Okay, so the last here, we'll go ahead and take a look at the coins that I've got. So, as established, I had a ton of coins. I had 2,200, and then I bought a copy of UI Goku, as I explained an hour ago in the start of this video, and then just accidentally bought another copy. So we're down to 1,200 of these coins. I've got 1,500 Carnival coins. I've never needed to use these before because every time a Carnival LR has released, I've gotten them on their initial banner, except for the physical Trunks. That was the only one. But then I managed to pull him randomly at some point in the future and didn't need to spend coins on him. So these continue to pile up because I probably will not choose to spend coins on anything that is not a Carnival LR. I don't think that that's a smart use of them. Maybe over time, we'll see. I mean, I do have quite a bit of them now at this point, so who knows. And then I only have 391 of these. I had a lot more, but I spent a ton of them on copies of the 50% supports when they last came out because I was trying to rainbow all of them, which I got very close to. So yeah, those ones are done, and then we just have the Powered Surge tickets there. Yeah, so that is basically it. And then in the secret treasure chest, you can see I have 99 of these saved up. Since they have revamped the Whis event, I have pretty much held on to all of them. I am considering using some of them on these superhero and or super boss category, you know, boxes. I'm considering it, but I figure it could be wise for me to just continue to wait for a better category in the future, because obviously these tickets will carry over for any various category exclusive boxes that are available in the future. Okay, so that is pretty much everything in the account. Is there anything else that I need to show off here? I'm kind of curious if there's anything else that I could or should show. I feel like that was basically everything, right? Yeah, no, I think that's about it. Oh man, this looks wild with all these new units that I need to farm up. All right, well, yeah, I think that is gonna be it for the box showcase here, or for the account showcase rather. So if there's anything that I left out, I guess just ask in the comments below and I will give you a verbal response about it, and let you know how it's going. But I'm pretty sure that is just about everything for the account. So I hope you guys enjoyed gawking at my glamorous Dokkan account. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.